Everyone. Greetings. Welcome. 1st of April, 2025. And last week I had a ton of things that came through, and I thought, well, that doesn't happen very often. I couldn't even really get through all of it. And here I am, Tuesday, right? And I've already got like this huge thing. I'm like, well, you can't, yeah, you can kind of see it, like, oh my gosh. It started at 7 o'clock this morning. So it was, so I, get the dictation thing going and I'm talking away and it's kind of like, oh my gosh, this is going to go on forever. But what am I going to do? Because I can only do so much on a Saturday because I'm pretty, with work, end of the week, you just want to kick back and chill, right? So I'm going to start breaking this up a little bit. I did something last night because some things were coming through. And the one thing that really has been pervasive, and I can't say that this is something new, it's something that has been bothering me for literally years and years. So this is the whole idea of truth, but not just people saying, well, this truth is that one's and this other person has a different truth. All right, so this is about connecting the dots of truth. And it's the biggest challenge is not to forget what those dots of truth are. So if you're looking at, I don't even know what example to give because it's going to be different for everybody. I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to come back with my other glasses because I can't really read. And I'm sitting there going, why can't I see? I need to go get my other glasses. Un momento. Okay, all better now. Now I can actually see. I thought I left him at work. I was like, no. Changed him out. All right. So this is about truth, receiving something as truth and then dismissing it as false because it doesn't fit the paradigm. So within a truth, there may be aspects, angles, or perspectives that don't change the truth itself, right? Sometimes we'll just diminish those other aspects and perspectives because it doesn't connect with the other part. So the reason it doesn't connect with the other dot of truth is because it doesn't fit our paradigm. The example comes to mind about toxins and pollutants in our air, water, and food, not to mention our toxic thought life through programmed cultures at every level conceivable. So this is going to not be for everyone to hear. And this is the hard part. This is really the hard part. It's because the big thing and the big money maker for the system is why it's going to be difficult to hear. And it's going to be our programming that prevents us from realizing that we don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater of a real truth that's connecting to the dots. I've said it several times before. C.S. Lewis said in one of his books, The Last Battle, I believe, it was, they've added just enough truth to their lie to make the lie stronger. Paraphrased, but you get the gist, right? So it's all about, so it swings both sides for removing the pollutants to restore health because we're all buying those supplements and medications to get rid of those toxins, just to get it out of the way. So are we really curing the problem of getting the toxins out of our system? Is that curing the problem? No, it's what's coming down on us and getting into us, and we have to take this stuff to detox, whether it's through the medical system and getting our symptoms relieved, or if it's detoxifying, that's, I got it, it's like gasping for air, right? You're so close to the surface and we're all paddling. So either you're buying the supplements to get them out or you're getting medications to get them out. So you could always be on the other side that's saying this is the way it is and I need to treat it less holistically, meaning this says IKEA from the idea. The example, individuals with certain illnesses that are not being blamed, that are being blamed on DNA. Really? Some illnesses, some conditions, some people's level of functioning is being blamed on DNA. And let's not forget that DNA is DNA and you can't change it. But wait, what about epigenetics and the power of thought and the thought in the mind to restore health to restore healthy processes on a physical level. And there are a lot of people who have done that, who have willed themselves to live, have willed themselves back to health, whether it's taking action and having a better thought life, or without having access to a lot of the things that some people do, like spending money on supplements, like spending money at the doctors, right? So it gets very, very deep and into the realm of health and wellness of the heart and mind, ultimately creating a money-making scheme in physical form, no matter what perspective, what angle you take on that truth. We all agree we are sick. Why we are sick, you can disagree. What we need to get healthy, a lot of different things. It's all part of the system. So I guess my thing is I am not one for problems. I am about, let's look at the problem, let's look at the concern, let's look at the challenge, the issue, whatever word you want to put on it. Let's figure out what that solution is. And there is no silver bullet. And this is where I think that the cards can help, because they are a broad spectrum and you can make application to the relevant things within these readings to help you make what works for you where you're at to get a healthier life. So I'm going to pause the video again, probably going to chop this up a little bit and give you the option of watching or not watching. So thanks if you decide to move on, and hang on for a sec, and we'll see you over at the table. Alrighty, so here we are. We are going to take a second here to clear the board and see what's in the game for this whole idea of truth-seeking, real truth-seeking. And I do it from 4 sides. It's north, south, east, west. Alrighty, so, wow. There's like a different kind of feeling to this. It's the feeling of, we need to slow down, but you're not going to feel like you're slowing down. We're not going to feel like we're slowing down, even though we're slowing down, but everything else is starting to speed up, whether it's information or the hours in the day or whatever it is. It's like, oh, is that time already? So yeah, there's like a speeding up, and we're trying to slow down. It's not going to feel like we're slowing down, but it is. We are slowing down just to keep almost, not really a status, maybe a status quo, but to keep our balance. It's to keep balance. So let's see. Let's see. Runners of the sun. What is it that advice that we can get, because there's just a lot of everything. There's just a lot of everything on every front, right? I mean, just everything. Whether it's work or something going on with a neighbor or a family member or a friend, there just seems to be something going on. All right, so what's going to be helpful for us in navigating this speed up, that we're going to slow down. We're going to feel like we're trying to slow down, but things are going to really feel status quo, even though we are slowing down. I don't even know how to explain that. Yeah. Oh my goodness, do you see that? That says unease. So we're feeling a little uneasy, queasy, and I don't usually eat during the day. I have in the last couple of weeks tried to have a little something during the work day. I think that this might be something where, and I got kind of queasy feeling. Not really nauseous, but like queasy. And there wasn't an unease, but it was unsettling that I felt that way at work. I don't get, if I get nauseous and, you know, something tries to come up, that's, yeah. Sorry if that's TMI, but that's what's coming up. You know what I mean, though? There's an unease, a watchfulness. I mean, even this, I don't know, is that a kingfisher or a hummingbird? It's a kingfisher. You can barely see the beak. So we're not only being watched, but we're being watchful. And I think we need to watch our words. There are bigger changes than we can see or realize that are coming through. It's like they're hidden in plain sight. That's a very complex picture, but that's what I get from that. How do we overcome it? Well, here you go. What's the solution? What's the answer? So for this unease, when we're giving appreciation for the small things, to the small, for the big, for the tall, for the short, it's a really cute picture. But yeah, I'm sorry if you can't really see it. What's up in the bright part? There's pearls. That above the flamingos' heads, those are pearls. And she's feeding the flamingos out of her hand. Yeah, we need to give appreciation. I mean, if you want to consider that thanks, I mean, to me it's a little bit different, but just appreciating everything that we have, and that might reduce the unease. It'll quell those feelings of unease. Ooh. Are there any? There's a bird in this. There are birds in here. I don't know if there's birds in all these cards, but there are coyotes in the background in this. Oh my gosh. I would look up and I know what a beef eater is. It's not this kind of beef, right? The guys wearing the costumes, the uniforms, but there's birds in this, and I think they're holding at bay. They're not wolves, but coyotes are. They really are wily. They really are clever, and they can be sneaky Pete's. I don't know what the green bubble is. We're going to have to look this up because this is card number 2, even though it's card number 3 here. So I have that over here, I believe. Yep. Gatekeepers. Gatekeepers. This is Runners of the Sun card number 2. Gatekeepers. Now this says we can block ourselves from following dreams or desires. We've created imaginary disapproving gatekeepers. I don't feel that is the case here. I think this is being done out of our own fear, unease, and paranoia. That's what this feels like. And we might have to be on our own team. Yeah, you don't need approval from somebody else or permission from anyone. And this is a card of action. This is a card saying we need to take action. So is this in thoughts and words? In what aspect do we need to take action? I'm going to take the safe deck today. That one is a little risque. So we more or less have these feelings of unease. We are thankful. We definitely appreciate all the things that we have, all the creature comforts. Even if you've lost whatever it is that you've lost in your life, or recently, I know a lot of people are being made redundant. But we can't let the unease and fear stop us from our progression. I don't know about anybody else, but I am determined to not let anyone stand in my way for any reason in any aspect of my life. I've had enough of that. I don't know about you guys, but I've had enough of that. Had enough. And it's easy to do, though. There's just this aspect of human character that, you know, is breeding complacency. Handouts. I know a lot of people are looking for handouts, right? There is a handout. 6 cup. This is about balance too. You know, we got to make sure that we're staying balanced. Appreciating what we have, not saying no to those who are going to be open-handed. When you give to someone, you give openly if you are going to give, and you expect nothing in return. Right? So let's see what else. Okay. I just heard 1, 2, 3 more cards. Alrighty. No, do these first. Alright. Sorry, the beef eater needs to get. Okay. So I've heard a lot of versions of the Hermit. I have a lot of Virgo in my chart, and I could definitely relate to wanting to just kind of hang out and just be with me. But there's a danger in doing that. We need to stay connected. Sorry, I took a little sip. I squeezed some fresh lemon and lime juice. Really important. Healthy for the kidneys. You know, with a traditional card, there's a lot of snow at his feet. I've heard people say that rest, relax, recover, and he could shine this when he's ready to go, shine this on his feet to melt the snow. There's no snow here, so that's not what we're looking at. It's also, we need to let the inner light shine. And I don't know about you, he's focused a little bit too much on the light. On the little light within. And shining the light from within, yeah, I get that. But I don't know about you. When you walk with a candle, do you walk with that candle right in front of you? I will put that candle over my head. I will put the light over my head so it shines from behind. And this is where I think that we can wow, okay. So it's about relying on ourself and trusting. This is an intuitive aspect of the body, and trust. Trust and appreciation. And yeah, what did I say? Rest, relax, recover, and stifling your ruminating thoughts. Not stopping your thoughts, but the ruminating ones. You don't want to get in that cycle of repeat. But this gives me great comfort, because that means blessing. When we're ready to get up and go, I mean, you know, they say, oh, he's on his deathbed. Meh, I don't think so. Not in this particular instance. And 7 of Swords. So again, this is about our thoughts and words, right? And strategy. And when we're strategic, we can avoid conflict. And it's not to say to avoid the conflict per se, but come to a resolution that's going to be most beneficial for everyone concerned. Otherwise, we're going to be this guy. This is about dumping what doesn't serve us anymore. This is about moving on what doesn't serve us anymore. And maybe that's why we have to slow down to speed up. And not doing it on our own. We are not doing it on our own. Something about a trinity. 3 of Pentacles for sure, but maybe there's like 3 times the win. When we do this thing called slowing down to speed up, we might see more. You know, when we drive and you're driving, you know, even when you're driving at 25 and 30 miles an hour, much less on the expressway where it's much, much quicker. You know, if you do kilometers, it's going to be 100 kilometers an hour, which is about 62 miles an hour. So when you're ticking along the road like that, you really don't you don't see the details in order to do quality work when you're speeding up, so it's slow down to see more. You know, we had horses as a kid, when I was a kid, and that's a huge difference. When you're a horse at a walk, what are you doing? Maybe 5-6 miles an hour at the most. I mean, at a good clip, you might do 20, 25. You know, the race horses, I think they do maybe 30 to 40 miles an hour. You know, they might do more or less, whatever it is. But yeah, I think we have to slow down, to speed up, to see the details, because we're going to get carried along. We're going to get carried along as regardless, and we keep our unease in check with appreciation and balance and an open-handedness. Rest when we need to, and you know, I think these guys got your back, and you're going to know when it's time to move, when it's time to let go. We're going to know this. It's not going to be anything new to us. So I appreciate you for stopping by. Do like, share, subscribe, all that kind of fun stuff. Put those notification bells on for sure, because there's always something good. Always, always, always. Alrighty, talk to you soon. Bye.